I'm Tarek Atoui, and I'm an artist and musician working with sound, performance, instrument making, and sculpture recently. On Water's Witness, which is the piece and exhibition I'm presenting at Seralves, a second chapter of a project that has been long in the making is coming to a term. Actually, the Water's Witness started at the Fridericianum in Kassel, but on this chapter here, a new dimension is opened and the work has been taken further. Actually, what happens on this piece is that I've been for several years recording harbors of different parts of the world, important harbors of cities that were born out of their harbors and harbor activities, and places like, for example, Athens, Porto, Singapore, Beirut, Istanbul, were all places I visited, and each time looked at the harbor and what's around it and recorded temples, natural reserves, cities, military bases, oil refineries. In every place we found something different, and the harbor spoke about its city and the place in a different way. In 2018 was the first time I came to Porto and to the Seralves Foundation by the invitation of Pedro Rocha, and it was back then that we recorded the harbor of Porto. We went to also a variety of locations that were natural reserves, the meetings of the waters between the Douro and the ocean, and it was an exploration that led us in the first 4 years ago to a series of concerts and performances that happened with Sonoscopia here, the collective of improvisers from the city. And 4 years after, I'm coming back, this time with the elaboration and the termination of this piece, where these different recordings from Porto, but also ones from Athens and Abu Dhabi, are mixed together, and where from every harbor we got a material, or we retained a material or element, like for example marble stones from Athens, metal rails from Abu Dhabi. And for Porto it was the idea of compost and working with compost. That was the new production and the new chapter that got added to this ensemble of materials through which we are playing and broadcasting the sounds of the compositions we make with the field recordings we collect. The chapter with compost at Seralves is an amazing start for me of working with organic living material, and in parallel to the marbles and to the metal that were fixed, non-changeable elements, the acoustic properties of the compost and what the compost opened for us as horizons of experimentations were really rich, in the sense that we built towers. We produce here wooden towers that are filled with compost, and through which we play sound and listen to sound. And compost will age, will transform, will change density and constituency, and the sound will thus change also over the duration of the exhibition. So it is not only a cumulative experience where every harbor brings a new material, but this is also a temporal experience on this one, where the duration of the compost and how it lives is teaching us a lot, and where also this idea of the connection between sound, vibration, and nature or the surroundings goes into a new direction as well, because what you harvest from compost and from all this process of sonifying compost will go back to the soil, and it's a very nice way of closing a cycle or creating the type of circuitry I like.